Some buildings sit quietly, but some hold stories that refuse to stay buried. Today, we're digging into the hidden history beneath 400 Delaware Street, one of Leavenworth's oldest and strangest buildings. This building has lived a lot of lives. In the 1860s, this was the home of Russell, Majors & Waddell, the freight company that helped create the Pony Express. Wagons, mail routes, supplies for the frontier, all of that history passed through here. Later, the building became the manufacturer's state bank. The vaults you see here, they aren't props. They're the real thing. Relics from a time when money, contracts, and the entire future of the West were locked behind steel doors. Today, the building wears a new identity. What was once a center of commerce and contracts is now an escape room, where laughter and clues fill the same halls bankers once walked. But the floors you can see aren't the full story. The weirdest part of the building is what's underneath it.
Now this is downtown Leavenworth, but below my feet, there's an underground mystery down here that not a lot of people know about or can tell us why it was created.
Leavenworth is famous for its underground spaces. Coal tunnels, storage tunnels, rumored speakeasies. Some people say parts of the Underground Railroad ran through these hidden passageways. So when you first walk into the basement here and see windows underground, doorways leading into darkness, and narrow stone corridors, it feels like you're stepping into one of those tunnels.
This downtown Leavenworth at 4th and Delaware. The underground world stretches several city blocks and possibly beyond. Some speculate this was created in the 1800s. It could have been used during slavery or for fugitives. And then there are the myths and tall tales.
Even the old news reports thought so, describing this area like a sealed-off piece of the Underground Railroad. But that assumption was wrong. Recently, road construction outside shifted the ground, and something that had been buried for decades finally came to light. The rubble we always thought was a collapsed tunnel wall wasn't a collapse at all. It was hiding something.
They cleared the caved-in part out.
What?
The stairs there.
What?
It was hiding stairs. Not new stairs, not modern stairs, old stairs. Carved stone, crumbling edges, worn down by feet that haven't walked here in more than a century. Which means this wasn't a tunnel. This was an entrance. A staircase leading down from the sidewalk into an entire level of underground storefronts. And suddenly, everything inside this space started to make more sense. There's a 10-cent sign on one of the doors, a sign I was never able to fully explain until now. It probably wasn't a prop, probably not random, probably a price tag, a leftover advertisement from a shop that once existed right here underground.
That is cool. That's like a torture chamber off of a movie.
In that torture room the news joked about years ago, maybe it wasn't sinister at all. Maybe it was just a normal storage room in a forgotten business district, sealed off when the sidewalks were rebuilt over it. Everyone thought this was a tunnel system, but the evidence says otherwise. This was more than likely a hidden row of shops lost underneath the sidewalk when the city grew and changed. But then there's this one. The part of the underground nobody goes into anymore. Both sides walled off, windows boarded from the inside, floor covered in so much rubble it's basically a do not enter sign made by gravity. We don't know if this was a tunnel, another row of storefronts, or something else entirely. It's the kind of mystery that feels intentional, like the building wants to keep one last secret to itself. I worked here for over a year and a half. Most nights, I was alone down here. The air always felt heavy, like it was alive, like these walls were holding their breath. A woman once told me her group took a photo upstairs, and something in the photo wasn't quite right. I remember one time I saw bare footprints appear in the dust where no one should have been walking barefoot. The one time that I walked in the basement alone, I froze halfway through. Every part of me screamed to get out. I mean, maybe it's nothing, maybe it's everything. But one thing's clear. This building remembers all its secrets. The businesses, the tunnel that wasn't a tunnel, the stairs buried for decades, and every echo left behind. Down here, the past never really leaves. It just waits for someone to listen.